Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Umilia Lutfia. Here I wanna tell you about assessing listening, especially in the part of selective listening and extensive listening. Okay, for the first, there are selective listening. Selective listening is the third type of listening performance in which the test taker listens to a limited quantity of oral input and must discern within it some specific information. A number of techniques have been used that require selective listening. There are three varieties to help you to assessing selective listening, that are listening close, information transfer, and sentence repetition. For the first, I want to tell you about listening close tests. Listening close tests, or sometimes called close dictation or partial dictation, require the test taker to listen a story, monologue, or conversation and simultaneously read the written text in which selected words or phrases have been deleted. Listening close tests should normally use an exact word method of scoring, in which accept as a correct response only the actual word or phrase that's spoken and consider other appropriate word as incorrect. Next is information transfer. Selective listening can also be assessed through an information transfer technique in which orally processed information must be transferred to a visual representation, such as labeling a diagram, identifying an element in a picture, completing a form, or showing routes on a map. And the third is sentence repetition. The task of simply repeating a sentence or partial sentence or sentence repetition is also used as an assessment of listening comprehension. The test taker must retain a stretch of language long enough to produce it, and then must respond with an oral repetition of the stimulus. Okay, the next is assessing extensive listening. There are three varieties also to assessing extensive listening, that are dictation, communicative stimulus response test, and authentic listening test. I wanna tell you dictation first. Dictation is a widely researched genre of assessing listening comprehension. In a dictation, test taker hear a passage, typically of 50 to 100 words, recited 3 times, first at normal speed, then with long pauses between phrases or natural word groups, during which time test taker write down what they have just heard, and finally at normal speech once more, so they can check their work and proofread. Second is communicative stimulus response test. Another and more authentic example of extensive listening is found in a popular genre of assessment test, in which the test taker is presented with a stimulus monologue or conversation and then is asked to respond to a set of comprehension questions. And the last is authentic listening task. There are 4 that you can use to do this test. First is note taking. In the academic world, classroom lecture by professor are common features of a non-native English user experience. Scoring system for lecture notes 0 to 15 point to visual representation, 0 to 10 points to accuracy, and 0 to 5 points to symbol and abbreviation. And then you can use editing. Another authentic test provides both a written and a spoken stimulus and requires the test taker to listen for discrepancies. And then interpretive test. An interpretive text extends the stimulus material to a longer strands of discourse and forces the test taker to infer a response. Potential stimuli include a song lyric, recited poetry, radio or television, news report, and an oral account of an experience. And the last is retelling. In a related task, the test taker listen to a story or news event and simply retell it or summarize it either orally on an audio tape or in writing. Test taker must identify the key main idea, purpose, starting point, and conclusion to show full comprehension. Okay, that is enough from me about assessing listening, especially in selective listening and extensive listening. Thank you for watching this video. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.